Hey, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. It's your boy T Dot, Travel Trading Lifestyles. Thank y'all for tuning back in. Um, if you could go ahead and get this out the way, hit the like, subscribe, notifications bell, show your boy some love. If you do like the content, you do like what I'm offering you, and you find some type of value in it, go ahead and help your boy out. I want to start something off a little bit different this morning. We are about 9 minutes. No, we're actually about 4 minutes until market open. So I just want to start readjusting some lines here. Uh, getting ready for the trading session. Um, Now I have some highs here. Let's go ahead and clear this out. I can kind of show you guys in real time, kind of how this goes. So I'm gonna clear this drawing. So 1 second. I'll do that for all three of them. Well, the ones that I really want are ES and NQ. YM is pretty solid. I checked that out this morning. Um, I still got some. I still like what I see in here. But as far as NQ, they are a little choppy, a little bit. So I want to start with the hour. Reason being is I want to get my highs and lows. Now you can see that this was the last low, but it's nowhere near price. Okay, price is literally up here, right? So me putting something down here, price would never respect that, at least not within today's session. So this is the last low. So okay, you want a few things. You want to take a look at your 4 hour, right? Get the trend. The trend is going up. You want to come down to your 1 hour. After you get down to your 1 hour, do you want to kind of look around price action and see what's going on around price action? Right now, around price action, we have this high that broke. Alright, so that high broke. Cool. Now, if this thing breaks under that, we have these lows here, which were yesterday's lows. Alright, plus we have this nice gap area. Now, me personally, I like to use my system. This system is telling me that something is up in here, right? Last highs previously before that. So I'll probably put that there as well. Now, if you guys do want access to the system, I'll be more than glad to help. Just hit me up in the messages and I'll reach out to you. All right, let's see this love. All right, so far we have price action and interest, places of interest, right? All right, so I got like 2 minutes left, so I'll rip through this pretty quick. These were your last highs here. Alright, so we'll see what price does at these levels. Same as ES. These were your last highs. Okay, so you kind of right at yesterday's highs. I do like that. Let's extend this left. Let's see if we can grab another one here. I do like this zone here for it. And take a look and see how this looks here. Alright. Anything drops below that, we're probably coming to these lows. Give it some air to breathe. And let's see how this looks. Let's get this back down to 15. Better. Much better. Alright, I like that. Much better. Much cleaner. I can see it. Oh. Oh boy. We got some breakage right now happening. Let's go. Alright. So the market looks like it's ready to rip, which is good, right? We'll probably look at taking out these highs as long as we can have a nice hold. The same as ES. Looks like if ES breaks down, come down here, hold, which it retested, close this what they call the fair value gap right here. Leaving this area, it shifted. When it shifted, so it was coming down here, it broke down. Now it's breaking out and it leaves a gap here. Okay, this is your gap. Whenever you see a fair value gap, you hear people talking about it. Alright, so look at this wick on this candle here. And then look at the wick on that third candle. You see that little gap area there? That's not supposed to happen. When it does, it likes to fill that gap. And then, obviously continue. You want to trade with the trend of the market, right? So it's a lot of things happening. That's telling you it's a lot of confirmation basically that's letting you know that this thing potentially wants to push higher. Let's take a look at YM. Alright, YM is actually doing the complete opposite. Bro, I gotta fix this. Every time I try to zoom in, it throws me. Alright, so we got market coming in 10 seconds. Alright, let's get ready. Alright, got my highs for this session, lows, I like it. Alright, let's see what this does here. Market's now open. Let's go. You had highs pushing there. Let's see what it does. Me personally, I would like to see something break up under here if we're gonna go lower, to make sure it's actually something that we can take advantage of. Yeah, this here as well. So I'm looking for these things to come probably break down up under here. Yeah. So you about to catch this in real time. Now you want to wait for it, right? You don't get in too early. I'll get it or not. Broke. Take the hold. Ooh. Yeah, you gotta get out of that. Alright. As we're getting out. But yeah, I wouldn't take anything above this. Come on, break. You gotta break at this point. Cool. And as normal, we're still 5 contracts. Anytime I'm trading YM, that's another thing too I want to say. As far as pricing, good break. As far as the way that you trade and the risk that you take, find the pricing that you like. As we're about to get this down here, when I say the pricing that you like, I'm referring to the style of contracts that you use and the money that you're actually going to feel comfortable trading with. All right, the moves will pay you. All right, these type of moves will pay you. Now, you going over leveraging your account, not allowing trades to breathe, it's probably going to not work out for you, only because you sometimes need trades to breathe. Man, this thing is rocking out right now. Let's go. So you're going to need those things, right? And I'll probably take this down here to this yellow line. So what I'm saying is, find like I always like to use 5 contracts on YM, right? I'm using 5 contracts on YM, and I'm gonna go ahead and come on, baby. Probably get out right there on that push. Good trade today. But we did take some heat earlier, right? We took some heat earlier for this. But I knew that ultimately I liked the setup. I just liked it. I trusted it. But you do need to give it some wiggle room sometimes. Now, if you're all in, let's think about this, right? If you're all in on your account, right? You're all in, and you don't have any space for error. That's not wise, right? Only because you're going to end up taking on some heat and sometimes in these trades. So you want to give yourself, enough space to take on some heat. See, most people only think about the profits, right? Oh, I want to make X amount of thousands. I want to make X amount of tens of thousands, right? Well, you got to think, man, you got to put on X amount to make those types of numbers. Meanwhile, right, that just because you put on that amount of money, it needs to fluctuate. It has to fluctuate. You're never just always going to constantly put on a trade and be in profit immediately and never take on any red, right? So you want to make sure you give yourself enough space to take on some red while the trade is panning out, right? We took on some risk today. We took on some because I got in right here at this break, right? 698. I took on, let's see, what was this? This was, though the trade panned out, I took on, let's call it 700 to 740. So I took on about 40 points. So, and I always do 5 contracts. So times 25, I took on $1,000 worth of red, right? To get 700 to 628. So it's 628, 72. So okay. So granted, today was a crazy move. But understand, I went into risk $1,000 to make 72 points times 25, 1,800. So I took on 1,000 to make 1,800. You get what I'm saying? It's just the way that it worked, right? I was about to pull the trigger on this to get out. But again, guys, you want to understand, you want to, the moves, the breakout moves, the break and retest, the strategies that I'm giving y'all, the live trading and all of that. These things, yes, they work. Now, the only difference is the amount that you use and the mentality that you have. You have to be willing to take on some red while these trades are panning out, right? Not every trade is going to be sweet. Not every trade is going to be immediately as soon as you put on a trade, it's going to be flying in your direction. All right, understand that. So you got to feel comfortable with a range of money that's constantly fluctuating before it goes into profit. All right, for you. So if you feel comfortable with 1,000, you feel comfortable with about 500, right? Where you wouldn't shake out of your position, right? You want to feel, if you feel comfortable with about $300 fluctuating, $400 fluctuating in front of you in the negative, but while your trade is paying out, then understand that's where you want to adjust your your contracts, right? That's where you want to address how many contracts you're using, the number of contracts you're using. You kind of want to keep an eye on those things, right? So with all of that being said, still a great day. We end up knocking out 1,800, not bad at all. Let's see if we got some other things setting up right now. Man, I love YM. I do. It's so easy, man. It's simple at times. But yeah. My entry, honestly. Well, no, I really wanted to wait for a break. That was a good break. But we did pull back. But I felt confident in it. Really confident in it. I want to see something else here. We got NQ breaking down right now. But I do have ES holding this thing up too. So let's see what I would do on NQ. So choppy in here, man. I just don't like choppiness. We did push up. It did reject hard. But this thing, NQ, could literally, next candle print, push it right back on up. I'll take a crack at this. Something light. Something real light. Oh, I like that position right there. But it's too light down here. I don't like that. I don't like this. Plus we already up 1,800. Not unless I have a good setup. If I have a perfect break, like this thing come breaking up under here, or because right now ES is holding, so you know they play off of one another. Yeah, let me see something here. Remove. All right, so we good on our trades today. All right, I'm gonna remove all of this. I know I am. I hope everybody caught that. By the way, remove drawing. Remove. Beautiful, by the way. Remove drawing. All right, I want to take a look at in Q. See my system here. All right, let's take a look at this 30. Beautiful day so far, man. Beautiful day. Beautiful day. 9:40 and we done. We 10 minutes into market open and we already up 1,800. That's what I'm talking about, man. Make your money, get out. Make your money, get out. You're already done for the day. 10 minutes in. These are the kind of days I like, man. You get in, you get out, you get on with life. I'm being honest. Okay, so this little corridor, right? This little area, this little corridor up in here, right? This range, this consolidation area, right in here, where this box is. I really don't want to trade inside of that because it's not giving me any. It's not giving me any indications. Like this thing could just wick around in here. Like did you see these previous candles? It could do this all day in here, all day. It could do this all day in here, right? I don't want to really want to be a part of that, to be honest. If I would have caught some momentum to the downside, I mean, even then, it still would have had to gotten up under here, you know, for me to like, okay, this is a good setup. You really want to train your mind to stay away from chop, right? You really want to train your mind to stay away from chop. You really want to train your mind to stay away from consolidation. This is consolidation. This is consolidation. When it goes to go sideways, right? You can see red, green, red, green, red, green, red, green, and it looks like Christmas. You know, that's not what you want, right? You want moves. You want elongated moves. You want moves that have some type of movement to them, right? Consolidation is not your friend, right? Consolidation is not your friend. So you want to look for setups and you want to look for momentum, right? With trading, all right? That's really where you're going to get your payouts from, your big moves. So keep that in mind. Is there anything else I want to kind of cover with y'all? That looks about it, man. So far, so good. It was man, we're crushing it right now, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. If you are getting any kind of insights, you want to support your boy, hit the thumb button, or the like button. You know, leave a comment, man. Hit the notification bell. Just show your boy some love, man. It's been a pleasure. I'm Trav T. Dot with Trading Lifestyles, and I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.